Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means the Big R Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Sobre Boys, Wale Fatsi. Unfortunately, all the guys could not join me due to some various reasons and activities. Saddam is down in Cape Town. They are mobilizing for the support tonight for Bafana Bafana. They've already sold about 29,000 tickets in a stadium of 45,000 seaters. So hopefully by the end of the day, today they would have sold the entire 45,000. So we are looking forward to the game and we are wishing Bafana Bafana good luck. And that's one another thing that I want us to talk about. But prior to that, and then Tabo Ramohapi says he's got a lot of backlog at work, which is understandable. Peter Stira also is engaged with other activities. The same with Tseba. Work come first, work come first. But nevertheless, we continue. The show goes on. The beat goes on. Mushido Zwelapil. Nothing should stop. Sisonke, we are together. Rekaufela Remo. Now, let's start here. Bafana Bafana, they are playing tonight. But I'm going to start about something that I want us to discuss. Very disappointing, but nevertheless, let's discuss it. We know that Tebogo Mokoena has done well not long ago. Okay, I shared the wrong pick. Okay, let's see. Tebogo Mokoena has played well not long ago for Bafana Bafana, and then he scored 2 goals. And then the journalist asked him a question: how is like to play in front of a full capacity crowd? Okay, and then Tebogo responded the way he responded. But the way it was phrased as if Tebogo says he's happy that he's scoring in front of a full capacity crowd, which he normally doesn't play in front of it. Now, I like the way Tebza has responded on Gold Magazine because it's important that we correct this thing. And then remember, journalists, their job is to educate and give information. That's very, very important. But all this should be done in a responsible manner. And Tebogo says, the journalist, he says, you asked the question, you said, how do you feel after scoring in a full capacity crowd, which is not a usual occurrence, all right? But funny enough, Mamelodi Sundowns, they take it to Tebogo, all right? They say he doesn't appreciate what Sundowns is doing. And now Mamelodi Sundowns fans are saying, oh, Bafana Bafana, they're playing tonight. We asked the coach not to play Mamelodi Sundowns players, but he can let Tebogo play. Because in any way, our game, it will be played in an empty stadium. I don't think that was Tebogo's message. The message was carried wrongly. And as I say, we need to be responsible. I'm not sure because I don't have the views of the journalist, but Tebogo has put it that the manner you ask question is the one that lead me to answer that question. But at the same time, I want to say to Mamelodi Sundowns fans, you need to rally behind your player, okay? Rather than be angry. But at the same time, simultaneously, it's a fact. Sundowns, they still have to amass good support because in the field of play, Sundowns is doing very well. But in terms of the supporters, they haven't come to the level of Kaiser Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. They still have to catch up as far as that is concerned, okay? Because it motivates players, all right? So we need to be responsible. So if really, really, because I've seen on the social media, the Sundowns friends were saying, no, no, they are angry at him. So I don't think that's how it should be done. And now, while they're still there, the other question that I would like to ask, that I want your answer on this during your comments. If you are Hugo Bros and you're a coach, you're playing Bafana Bafana, you know that Bafana Bafana have already qualified. And then, but they want to be on top of the group. That's the most important thing. On top of the group, they are fighting for the pride and so on. What would you do as a coach? Would you play the fringe players or the players that they don't play and save the key players? All right, so that you can use them in the future. Just like Mamelodi Sundowns fans are saying, please don't play Sundowns players, and which is understandable because they're arguing from a perspective of injuries and so on. But does it make sense that you don't play players? Because what I understand, I'm not a soccer player, I'm not a physician, but the news that I've picked up was the more they play, the better they get. Because if they stay too long not playing and then their body rust, then it takes a while to respond. We are talking about Tuesday, okay? If they are playing on Tuesday and the cup final is on Saturday, so why don't they play? All right. And again, at the same time, you need to understand that for Hugo Bros, it is important to play all the quality players and make sure that he wins and make sure that he's on top of the log. Because winning, it brings another psychology to the players. They understand that we are winning and their confidence will go up. So it's very good to keep that momentum going by ensuring that they win. So if I were Hugo Bros, I'll keep the same players, the players that I trust, and then put them in and play. And by the way, we've seen Hugo Bros when he's playing games that are not important, but just to check the players. He takes all those players from COSAFA, those who are playing for COSAFA and all that, and give them the opportunity. So he has done that. And not only that, he just attend the games. He goes to all the games. We see him all the time. They show us in games that he attends. And it's not a question that he just attends games. And we've seen that he also bring those players to come and play. So it's not a question that he doesn't play them. Yeah, but if I were coach, I would play the best team and win. If there are injuries, of course, there may be injuries. If there are injuries, of course, there may be injuries because those injuries may be caused by a number of things. And then it's part of the game. And then don't just rest players with the mentality that they will be injured. Otherwise, that may make the players to really get injured. Okay, so for me, I'll say play the players. Yeah. Now this coming weekend, Saturday, we know that Magesi is playing Mamelodi Sundowns for the final at Bloemfontein at Toyota Stadium. The game starts at 6. Now, as a result, we want to see what's going to happen. I know Brajiga. Brajiga is one of the guys who brought me up here in Tembisa from Esangweni. Brajiga was saying, Sundowns, they'll beat, Magesi, they'll beat Sundowns. I don't know how true is that, but my argument was Magesi are hungrier. And then because they are hungrier, they will try by all means. They'll try by all means to make sure that they do their best. So anything can happen. But remember, Sundowns are the champions and they're used to winning. And that may play a major role. The mere fact that they've won, and then because of that, they've won before and they want to win. And then, so for me, I think I'll see a very different Mamelodi Sundowns. This is going to be a very nice game. Sundowns, they want this cup because we know Sundowns, when it comes to the league, they're the league champions. Né? And then I think where they need to step up their game is in the titles, the local titles, and also the Champions League, because they've won the Champions League once. And I think those are the most important trophies that they want. Of course, the league, who doesn't want to win the league? The league is important, Everybody around the world, they know you. Remember Sundowns, they're also playing in the Club World Cup. So Magesi, they are motivated because beating Mamelodi Sundowns, they know that their name will be up there. Everybody will be talking about Magesi. So anything can happen, and wish the best team to win as far as this is concerned. While I'm still there, let me just indicate that this coming Wednesday, which is tomorrow, will be at Sun City Prison as TBR Solutions. We are going there to talk to the prison warders about financial literacy, because you can imagine if the prison warders, because it's a security point, they worry about money like everybody else. What's going to happen? They will be tempted. They will be vulnerable. All right, and then there will be a lot of stress. In fact, there's stress to everyone, to be honest, due to money. And then we'll be getting there, and then talk to them about financial literacy, because it's not about how much people get, it's about the expenditure pattern. In most cases, people don't know exactly what comes in and what goes out. When people get their pay slip, the first thing that they look is their net. Then immediately after looking the net, they are not worried about the deductions and the impact that they have on them. Not only the impact that they have on them, they are not even checking. There are some deductions are a duplicate, okay? Some policies that they take, they are not necessary for them to take, but they have them. So I always tell people that the only way to ensure that you have enough is to make sure that you save. Where you can save, make sure that you save. Tax is another expenditure that is affecting everybody, but you can avoid it, okay, in a legal way, okay. So those are some of the issues that we are going to talk about here. Here I was with Godfrey Bembe, who's running a very successful restaurant in Tembisa called Delisa Bem. Godfrey Bembe and myself come a long way. I know him when he was still very young, and then I was a teacher by then, teaching the matriculates. Godfrey was doing standard 8, and nowadays it's called grade 12. And then I know he was a very modest young man, very from a very poor family, but his parents were trying his best to make sure that he fit the peers. They would buy him the new things that are coming, but he got tempted, like all the youngsters feeling the pressure. But I think it was caused by the fact that we got separated. I went to go and stay somewhere, and then he was left here alone, because all the time he would consult with me. Then he tried his luck with the cash heist. Then they were arrested. He was sentenced to 25 years, and then but he spent only 7 years because of good behavior. Then he learned how to cook. Then he started this restaurant. So we as TBR, all the time, if there's an opportunity of somebody to give us catering, we give him the opportunity. Like as we are going to Sun City tomorrow, you'll be the one who'll be catering. So I was with him here at his place to share the ideas that we are, things that we are going to do. So those are some of the things. Yeah, now, so like I say, we'll see what's going to happen today with Bafana, and then come Saturday, and then we want to see whether Mamelodi Sundowns will pass by Magesi, and then, like I said, Magesi, they're eager, they're motivated, because if they beat Mamelodi Sundowns, that will be a big thing. For them, it's a motivation. And then, but not only that, we know that, Mamelodi Sundowns are hungry. But now I want us to talk about the home of legends. Remember, there was a game, Mamelodi Sundowns, where they were beaten by Kaizer Chiefs. They were beaten by Kaizer Chiefs through penalties. And then in our group, and there's a whole lot of noise there. People are saying, you guys have. They were, in fact, they were teasing at Saddam to say, you guys were playing for a plastic cup. They say it's a wood cup. So I don't know whether is it a good idea for to say it was a plastic cup, they didn't win the real cup. But what I know in football, there is no friendlies. Every win is important. As I said earlier on, that it it's about psychology. It's about psychology in the minds of the players. So for me, I think whether you call it handwork or what, but it was good for Kaiser Chiefs to win. Because whether they win with penalty, it doesn't matter. As you can see the score here, after penalty shootout, Kaiser Chiefs won 5-4 against Mamelodi Sundowns. But I can tell you, this will go a long way to motivate the Kaiser Chiefs players. All right. And then, as you can see, the Premier of Eastern Cape here was handing the cup to the Chiefs players. And then, yeah, in our group, in our WhatsApp group, it was a whole lot of noise there. And then that's why people are saying, hey, Saddam, don't make noise about the plastic cup or handwork, whatever you call it. So, but if you ask me, there's no friendly. As you can see, the players of Kaiser Chiefs here, they were celebrating for winning that cup. So it's very important. You may call it a plastic cup or whatever you call it, but at the end of the day, it's a win. Okay, so they've won that cup. The champions, the home of champions, in what's this place in Eastern Cape. So well done to Kaiser Chiefs. I think the players will start believing in themselves. And I remember, they didn't just beat any team; they beat Mamelodi Sundowns. Who knows? We all know that Mamelodi Sundowns is dominating our football today. So everyone wants to beat Mamelodi Sundowns. Why not? And then they got themselves 1.5 million, the Chiefs team, for winning that tournament. So yeah, congratulations to Kaiser Chiefs. And then this is the trophy. I'm gonna show you the trophy that they call it a handwork. You know, I mean, all trophies are handwork. Everybody has done the trophy. I mean, even the real trophies are handwork. They've been done. This is the trophy that people are calling it a handwork. All right. And then, but you know what? Football fans, it's all about teasing each other, and it's a game. I love it for that. And then don't take it personal. Just to make sure that we are happy. So this is the prize money that they won, 1.5 million, the Kaiser Chiefs players, as you can see here, celebrating with the check that they got. Yeah, so yeah, that was the game of Chiefs, the home of champions. Now, let's move on now, because now I'm heading towards closure. And then let's talk about the fans. You know, ourselves all the time. We share the news of the fans, myself and Saddam, about their games, about their trips to various games and so on. So yeah, so now I want to share those fans whereby I got the what you call the pictures. You know, always Saddam shares. If I don't get them from him, if I don't get them from you guys, so there's no way I can share the news. I'll share the news if I get them. Let me check. I know Saddam has sent me something here. Here's another one. The Greater Soweto. All right. They are already preparing themselves to go and see their game with Royal AM on the 30th November. I think this is happening at Peter Mokaba Stadium. So as you can see there, the departing time is 10 o'clock. The amount is 420. So Chiefs players, Greater Soweto, and then make sure that you go and support your team. As always, because the players get motivated if they realize that they are being supported. So yeah, let's go and in numbers, those who are Chiefs fans, and support the team. All right, I wanted to share another. I think it's Sundowns fans. Let's see. I'm sure. Okay, they are from Carltonville. They are also organizing their own trip to ensure that they go to Bloemfontein and make sure that Kabuyelo is represented. Okay, And then, yeah, and the players get motivated if they play in front of a capacity crowd. I don't think Debs, I was wrong to say, hey, I like to score in front of a capacity crowd. So there's nothing wrong in that. All right. So, and don't shoot the player because, as you say, he says he was asked the question wrong. If he was asked the wrong question, so maybe it was not well phrased. He looks like a very decent young man who respects. So yeah, so Sundowns fans, please support your players. You cannot just shoot the young man because he may not be what he said. Okay, but I'm happy because he went out himself and said, "Let me clarify the position. I never said what you are purporting to say." All right. So you asked me a question, then I responded to the question. So yeah, now before I leave, I want to share the books that we have on our shelf that helps you to understand how the money works. It's very important to understand the intricacies of money because people are making a lot of mistakes because of lack of knowledge. All right, and not only that, people end up owning a whole lot of liabilities, think that they own assets, which is not assets. And to build an asset, it's a challenge. It's a big, big task, but it's doable. Anyone can do it. It's not like it's meant for certain individuals. It's not meant for individuals. It's meant for all of us. Anyone can do it, and it's a journey. It's not like a shortcut. If you see what Godfrey read there in his book, in his opening remarks, he says, if you read this book, don't think that you'll make millions the next day. It's a journey. It's a journey. Step by step, there will be times where you won't have money and you must think outside the box. How do I make money? It's a question of resilience, one of the ROs. How do you sustain yourself when things are like that? Okay. Now let me share the books. The first book that I wrote is this one, Secrets for Becoming Rich. This is the second edition. And then after I discovered how the rich make money. Then I said, you know what, I need to put it down because who knows? My children may also have the same question. Because guess what? There's no school that teaches about money. And guess what? I'm a student of money all the time. I see nowadays they're talking about two-pot system and people are rushing. Guess what happened? One guy sent me in WhatsApp and said, Mr. Chabala, I asked for a man about 20,000 rand. I never got anything because they said tax took the money. Yes, this is how they do it. Before you can get the money, tax men will check whether you owe them or not. In fact, if you ask me, I would say before you go out and ask for that money, make sure that you don't owe tax. Visit the tax man and say, tax man, do I owe you money? If there's anything to settle, and then that's it. Then the other book that I wrote is this one, How to Get Out of Bad Debts. Use other people's money and resources to get rich. And then because we don't use our money, we use other people's money to get rich. Now I got a call from my nephew, I think 2 days ago, if not a day ago. He said, Uncle, I've bought a land and the land is worth 1.2 million. Now I want to buy a 1660 because he's also into logistics. How do I go about? Do I sell a land? And because I can get that 1.2, the 1660 is one point. I said, no, no, play the game very well. It's a game. Don't sell the land. Take the land, go to the bank, give the bank and say, listen, I want 1.2 million to you. I'm going to use my land as a collateral. Now you have that. So once you have that, as you get that 16-seater, as the 16-seater is starting to generate money, you pay the debt. So it's not you who's going to pay the debt. The people who hire the transport are going to pay the debt. That's it. I said, oh, okay, uncle. Then I said, fine. Now, the other one that I wrote is this one, How I Turned 500 Rand into a million rand business. You can do the same. Guess what? You can also do more. It's not that you can also do that. You can do more than what I did, by simply learning, because I learned from other people. So there's nothing that stops you to learn. And then the other one is this one by Nomsa Masbugo, a very good friend of mine from Emalahleni, runs guest houses. She's got about 100 rooms now at his business. And then as soon as Godfrey has released this book, we'll also put it on our platform. So the book is called Entrepreneur Awakening with Drive. And then the other one is this one, Dr. Small, a very colorful resume. A lady who worked for Reserve Bank for 33 years as an economist, as an advisor to governors of the Reserve Bank. And then the book is called How to Win the Wealth Game, because it's a game, all right? It's a question of how do you play it. And the only way to play well is to understand, is to educate yourself. And then the art of money, according to Dr. Small. So get yourself that book, and then that's it. It doesn't stop there. If you want me to mentor you, we've got a mentoring program. We call it the Membership Club. Just drop us a WhatsApp. You'll see the number, and then say, "This is it." And then after dropping that WhatsApp, then I will therefore contact you, or the office will contact you and tell you what to do. So that's our membership club. And then also we have those people who can't move, who can't make progress because they were put under debt review in a way that is not acceptable. They were lied to that it's a debt consolidation. They say, no, if you owe 100,000, they give you 100,000. Guess what? If they give you 100,000, that 100,000 they gave you is a debt, and you are still going to pay it with interest. And what do? They make sure that you pay less, but over a long period of time. You may end up having paid twice what you owed. So be very, very careful. If you want to clear those status, debt review status, contact us. If you are blacklisted, contact us. If you've got a judgment, because you need to go to the credit industry again, contact us. Remember, credit, a debt is a right. It's not a privilege, all right? Because the new money is debt. So that's it. But before I close, let me just indicate that we've seen in the news that Dr. Danny Jordaan is, they appeared in court, and then a case has been opened against them. And then SAFA sent me a statement. I'm not taking any side. I'm going to read a statement, and then I search around, look around at the news. I was reading, I saw the City Press said Dr. Ivan Koza is one of the witnesses that is lined up. But apparently, City Press could not get confirmation from Dr. Koza. But what is good about this, the matter has gone to court, and then it has to be tested. At this point in time, it's an allegation. Because it's an allegation, we are not going to say anything about it. So hence, I'm just going to read the news. Having read the news, if the other parties feel that I give Dr. Jordaan an advantage, they want to share the news, I will share them, that's what. Because that's my job. I must just give the public out there the news. Now, the statement says, on the 14th November 2024, the South African Football Association wishes to condemn in the strongest term the underhand dealings and tactics that saw SAFA President Dr. Danny Jordaan, Chief Financial Officer Groni Suyo, and Grid Communication Director Trevor Nethling appear before the Palm Ridge Magistrate Court in the east of Johannesburg. Dr. Jordaan, Suyo, and Nethling were hauled before the court on Wednesday, the 13th November 2024, in what SAFA NEC considers to be a brazen abuse of law and process in bid to throw the association in disarray and chaos. To further other dark and nefarious purposes, the trio were asked by the court to address the serious allegation of theft, corruption, fraud, which we believe have been leveled against them by disgruntled former members of SAFA. The charges stem from a contract for external services concluded between SAFA and Grid Communication, which has sparked intense scrutiny over the authority under which it was signed. Okay? At the heart of the allegation lies the issue of whether Dr. Jordaan had the legal authority to sign the contract on behalf of SAFA. However, SAFA Constitution 2018 is unequivocal on this matter. According to Article 39.1, the President and the Chief Executive Officer are duly authorized to represent SAFA legally, including the right to sign contracts and engage in legal proceeding on its behalf. In the absence of the then CEO of SAFA, the President was not precluded from signing a contract on behalf of SAFA. The President acted within his constitutional prerogative by signing the contract, especially since it did not prejudice the interests of SAFA. The contract in question was for public relations service, and both SAFA and Grid Communication fulfilled their contractual obligation as agreed. The allegations or the allegation and or charges of fraud and theft, corruption are therefore frivolous and baseless, driven by more personal vendetta by disgruntled former members of SAFA who carry a clear agenda to mischaracterize facts and thereby damage the respective good name and reputation of SAFA and its current leadership. It's a familiar tactic and cowardly attempted to pressure Dr. Jordaan to step down amidst mounting public scrutiny. The strategy is not new, was similar employed during the build-up to 2018 SAFA election. Unfortunately, the political contestation between the former and the current leadership of SAFA have spilled into the public domain, threatening to undermine the significant progress SAFA has made in developing football in South Africa. This ongoing distraction seeks to distract from the true mission of SAFA, which is to use football as an instrument for nation building, exploring and nurturing young talent, and achieving lasting social change. The matter is now in the hands of the courts. We trust that the legal process will be thoroughly and impartially carried out, bringing those responsible for any wrongdoing to justice. The fact that they choose to pursue their selfish agenda on the same week when Bafana are in their home straight of qualification for the Africa Cup of Nations speaks volume. Adding further credence to SAFA's belief that this is nothing but a well-orchestrated plot to unseat Dr. Jordaan is emergence of opportunistic parties who are arguing that the president must step aside during the court action. The step aside rule is a political statement. It is not a policy that exists at SAFA. At SAFA, there is no such thing. We are not guilty until you are proven guilty. That is our official position to this. The attempts to distract the team have failed, and Bafana have now qualified for AFCON to be held in Morocco next year. Coach Hugo Bro's team have qualified for the second successive continental tournament, will line up against Africa's best senior team, national team. Will line up against Africa's best senior team's national team. SAFA remains unwavering in its commitment to the growth and development of football in the country and continues to prioritize the sport's potential to unite, uplift, create opportunities for South Africa, will not allow ourselves to be distracted. That is a statement from SAFA, right? So anyone who have another statement, they can ask us to share. There's no problem. You'll see our WhatsApp number. Drop us a WhatsApp number. We'll therefore respond. And I've seen in the news that people are already brandishing the name of Lucas Khadebe, Dr. Kumalo. I hear that Benson Flongo also raised his hand, said they are available. They can lead the SAFA. Fine. Those are the news that are out there. So we want to hear your opinion. What's your take as far as this is concerned? Ours is to share the news, and that's it. So thank you so much for listening. Okay, very important. And then please subscribe and comment, and then tell us what's your take. If you're a coach of Bafana Bafana, you are playing a game you've already qualified, but you want position one, will you play a second-rate team or will you play a full squad? As Sundowns fans, what's your take about Ebuko coming up with a position to say, no, that's not what I said. That was not the implication. The guy, the way he asked the question, led to you guys having a wrong perception. But at the same time, I'm calling upon journalists that we need to be honest. Let us stop lying and destroy people's image. Very, very important. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and much appreciated. Saddam, Barre Wena, Uteri, Kapia, handwork. I wish you good luck. Go Cape Town, and then let's talk. Let's talk, my friend. Tell me what's happening. We started at 6. I hope by 6 we would have sold 45,000. Thank you so much. Much appreciated.
Yes. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. How you like my new coupe? Big body, put that thing on new shoes. Then I let the roof loose. They make all my enemies gotta choose. Whoa. How you like my new coupe? Big body, put that thing on new shoes. Whoa. Then I let the roof loose. They make all my enemies gotta choose. Whoa. Record exec. I'm the guy out here that's cutting checks. Woo. Check yourself. Another man's riches ain't your wealth. Whoa. And I'm doing well. I got all my double C's all up in Chanel. Big body trying to get the thing to parallel. Louis V, only time the boy take the L. Heavy on the scale. Dope boy. Ooh, I'm such a dope boy. Whoa. Can't dumb it down. I seen the standard change ever since I've been around. I heard them boys talking when I'm there, not a sound. I had to cut the throats, making sure I dig them down. Man, I dig them down, put them in the dirt. They try to put me down, but they put me in the mud. Cameras in the shit when the boy hit reverse, but I ain't going back. Dope boy. Ooh, I'm such a dope boy. Whoa. Dope boy. How you like my new coupe? Big body, put that thing on new shoes. Then I let the roof loose. They make all my enemies gotta choose. Whoa. How you like my new coupe? Big body, put that thing on new shoes. Whoa. Then I let the roof loose. They make all my enemies gotta choose. Whoa. Man, we buy it out at your own risk if you ever try it out. Hope you don't exceed. I got all my dogs, man, we on a different breed. If we ever want it, man, that thing becomes a need. Thinking on my feet, but I'm never on my knees. Shipping everything, I get my shit from overseas. Blue face nose like a nigga moving keys. They don't know your name, man, you wanna lease your keys. Dope boy. Ooh, I'm such a dope boy. Whoa. Dope boy. Ooh, I'm such a dope boy. Whoa. I gotta stay paid. Man, we never watching, but we know they up by face. Gotta feed them all, man, there's so much on my plate. No matter what the phase, man, we never ever faced. Never ever faced. How you like my new coupe? Big body, put that thing on new shoes. Then I let the roof loose. They make all my enemies gotta choose. Whoa. How you like my new coupe? Big body, put that thing on new shoes. Whoa. Then I let the roof loose. It make all my enemies gotta choose. Whoa. about to flip the script.